by Dino.
All right, we are back. We are live. Let me change the layout of this. There we go. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, idealists and visionaries. I'm your boy Idealist, and we are here to make it known that we are back with another episode of Binge or Cringe. Tonight's episode and topic is Demon Slayer, specifically, since we've done Demon Slayer before, the Swordsmith Village arc.
Yep.
And we're going to get into it. Normally we have more people with us, but we do it when we do it. I don't matter.
Hey, we've done it with just me and you a couple times, man. So it's not like
oh yeah. But that's more of the spinoff.
We've gone bare bones, you know.
But regardless, so we're about to hop into it. First, let me introduce my panel. We have Cobalt, the godfather of anime.
What up? What up?
And then we have a returning guest. She's been on the podcast before, Jasmine Milan. You there, Jasmine?
Yep. Hey, y'all.
Thanks for joining us tonight. No, it was kind of last minute, but all right. So we're going to hop into this. We're going to get to it. Bottom line is we've done Demon Slayer multiple times at this point. We've covered Demon Slayer when it comes to the first initial series, or its first, not series, but first arc itself, or first run, which was the 24 episodes. Then after that was the movie, the Mugen Train. Then we did season 2. Now we're at season 3, and they're already decided season 4 is happening. Like as soon as season 3 ended, or the last episode, they was like, all right, we're pushing forward. Season 4 is a go. That just shows how popular Demon Slayer is. It's just what it is. And then, like, it's just not only the series itself, it's the characters and the development for the characters, and among other things. So we're going to jump into it.
Story. Yeah, the story is beautiful.
That's true. And the artwork. Like, the artwork is beautiful. The graphics. It catches you. I feel like they up the ante every time.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
The anticipation everyone had whenever a new Fate would come out, with all the epic fights, the beautiful animation, you know. This has one up with Fate in that the story is consistent and beautiful. Fate would always kind of like mess around with the story, but really just give us these epic battles.
Right.
You get the best of both worlds with Demon Slayer, and so it's not going to drop in popularity. They will complete this animation, and it will become a legend and a legacy. Definitely. That all anime will be weighed against.
Definitely. There's even like some like people that I know, since I've been going to like a bunch of different cons and everything, or like even smaller conventions, and there's a bunch of people I follow on YouTube and everything, and people some of them I met in person, whatever, who I've met on social media and stuff. They're starting to call Demon Slayer a part of a new generation, kind of like how, all right, and I don't really want to get to the discussion, Kobo. I just want to say it, how the big three were. Okay, the big, or
This
what the big,
generation's big three.
they're not calling it the big three. They're calling it the new Gen 3.
New Gen 3?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
New Gen 3.
This generation's Naruto in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, so Demon Slayer is part of, is supposedly a part of the new Gen 3. So, or
What
trying
are the
to,
other two?
Black Clover is supposedly one of them. The other's supposed to be My Hero, maybe? I'm not sure.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
They're still fighting over the spots, but
I'd say Jujutsu
Demon Slayer
Kaisen
definitely has a
would be
spot. Huh?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen? I definitely would give
Yeah,
Jujutsu
My
Kaisen
Hero
a spot.
Academia has been rolling for a while. I can't consider that the new gen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could call it that, but it just doesn't seem right, you know?
Well, I mean, what's been rolling longer? Didn't they come out around like the same time, or did Demon Slayer come out a year after My Hero?
Oh, dude, Demon Slayer came out way after My Hero.
Okay. I couldn't remember the exact timeline, to be honest. My Hero is at this point, they 6 seasons and a few movies. So
My Hero's actually been going for a bit. I feel like New Gen's got to be like, maybe, I would even say 2020 and on.
Okay.
Would be New Gen. But that, I mean, I'm old school. Don't listen to me.
Well, like I said,
Unless
there's
you're
no
asking about good anime,
there's
I
no
got your
really
back.
like a lot of people are saying new Gen 3, but they're like, I'll be honest with you, besides Demon Slayer, I haven't really Demon Slayer's have been the most consistent one I've heard a part of it. Everybody else has been debating the other two so far from what I've seen. You know? So,
I mean, every decade or shit, every 5 years practically, you've got your new three. You know, every decade has their own set of animations. Like people between 2010 and 2020 are going to cite Sword Art. Sword Art would be a huge one, and absolutely comparable to Bleach or Naruto or fucking Full Metal Alchemist or One Piece. You know.
Oh, here we go. Let's not start. Let's not start.
I'm not gonna start.
All right.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Each decade has their own set of animations. Like Tokyo Ghoul, absolutely. But that's that decade.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but yeah, let's get into it. So, Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith arc, or Swordsmith Village arc. There was a lot going on, and it didn't. And don't get me wrong, it was one of them. It was one of those where like they just regained, like they started regaining their strength. They just basically made it out of like the part where they're basically really starting the hill where they could start training and everything again. Because let's be real, in the village, in the red light district arc, they got tore up, but they won.
Oh yeah.
They won.
And he broke his sword again.
Picked
up his sword again. You know what that means. We saw what happened last time he broke his sword, how his swordsmith felt, and the comedy relief that ensued.
Mm-hmm. This time his swordsmith didn't even show up though, so it's a lot going on. So because his swordsmith never brought back a new sword or anything along those lines, not even probably didn't even begin to forge a new one. They
initially they couldn't find him. Remember?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with that enacted Tanjiro once he got well enough to be transported to the Swordsmith Village arc. I mean Swordsmith Village, not arc. I'm sorry. So and that's where it begins.
They blindfolded him. I like that they blindfolded him when they transferred them there. So like, as much as we trust you, we have to protect this village.
Yeah. Not only did they blindfold him, they plugged his nose because of his sense of smell. So
they took that extra step for Tanjiro because Tanjiro is a little bit different.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thoughts on Gear 5 Luffy, Eferi? If I had to be completely honest, I'll take a moment to answer that. My thoughts on Gear 5 Luffy is Gear 5th Luffy is like beyond OP. Like like Gear Fifth Luffy could do anything he wants, literally.
I'll be right back.
Literally. He could do anything he wants. My man can turn anything into rubber or cartoonish environment. He's broken. And wow, I can't wait to see the animation for that. Yeah, he has to be for sure. But yeah, he's broken. But all right. So Jasmine, what about you? What did you how far did you finish the Swordsman arc, or how far did you get?
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm just I'm just tapping in because I was listening to y'all while I was eating,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
hearing y'all talk about the new big three. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to backtrack. What were the anime in this new big three? Jujutsu
Oh,
Kaisen.
yeah. Well, we were talking about it, but like for the most part, they're starting to call it like the new Gen 3 or something like that. I've heard a lot of
Uh huh.
people say that, but
Hmm.
the one that seems to stick, like, all right, so the last two have always been like different ones. For like, some people have said Attack on Titan, some people have said Black Clover, some people said
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen or My Hero, but like the one
Hey,
that's been consistent throughout all of them for the most part has, at least from what I've
Demon
heard,
Slayer.
is Demon Slayer. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But yes, I finished it. I finished it.
Your heart's way stronger than your mother.
What did he say?
I think he was talking to somebody else.
Oh, okay. um, yeah, I finished it. To be honest, it wasn't my favorite.
Wasn't your favorite
I think I
arc?
like last season better.
You like the what one?
I like last season better.
Like last season better? I feel
Yeah,
like last season definitely had more to it. I will be honest about
yeah.
that. It
I
was,
feel like also the characters were just, and I just like I understand that we're not going to get his boys all the time because it's not about all three of them.
yeah.
But I just felt like something was missing without them. Like,
Without, yeah, yeah. I give you that. I definitely give you that. I will say though, okay. So it's not that I didn't enjoy it, and I did. I didn't think.
mhm,
Now, if I had like according to what you're saying, if I had to compare the season previous season to season three, season two is definitely better. It's definitely better. But I feel like we got some info that we needed from season three that was necessary. You know,
yeah,
that's I will.
yeah,
So I will say that we got some info that, and not to mention like the fact that certain things that only could happen in season three happened, and I was like, so it's like we're at the point where we're about to hit. You can feel it. We're at the point where we're about to hit the climax and going into the resolution.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this was definitely like necessary. I feel like, but so I can't really even compare it to say, oh, it's better because every part is an important piece of the puzzle.
Right.
It's just I think like I said, the Nosuke and his other homeboy, like they really did a lot for me.
Yeah. No, I
And
understand. They definitely bring pieces to the puzzle that Tanjiro can't bring. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like that thing. I forget what they call it, but you know how sometimes like they say like Powerpuff Girls is an example to where they give like strong traits to the character and you resonate with each of them traits because it's like all of them combined are like one person. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I feel like they were so like each like different sides of me resonated with each one. So
Hmm.
now it feel like something is missing. But of course I'm like excited to see Tanjiro's story. But I'm like, damn, I'll come back next season. But who knows? He's probably gonna be with other people. I don't know. I didn't read like
No,
ahead of
I
it.
get you. It's like he's missing the squad. That's all it is. He ain't got
Yeah,
the
like,
squad. He ain't with the squad. That's what it is.
but it's like, is this? Oh, but I guess the squad is gonna come back because this is his squad. Because I'm like, does the story develop and we just get him with a whole bunch of different people, or
So I did read the manga, so I don't want to give too much spoilers, but
All right.
there are a lot of similarities for the most part. For the most part, they're following the manga perfectly. I will say that.
Oh,
But
I came
um,
in at the right time.
they are
Yep.
following the manga perfectly. But I don't want to give spoilers because I know you said you didn't read it. But basically, what's going to happen? The squad is coming back, but there's going to be more info just like this. So it's going to be a combination of, if I had to explain, of season 2 and 3, whereas like we're going to get a lot of info and a lot of detail, but at the same time the squad is going to be back, but we're also going to get introductions to more characters and what they're about. You know what I mean?
yeah, because like the Miss dude was cool, but I don't know. It was maybe just like very somber.
Hmm.
versus the other ones. I just like I really felt their vibe, and I missed what you call it, the dude with the wives. But I'm not going to sit here and just keep talking about the last
Yeah,
season.
no,
But
you good, you good. No, Tengen is definitely one of my favorite Hashiras. I'm not gonna even lie about that. Tengen is too
he was
cool to.
too tough.
He's too
Like
cool.
like even his wives, just the finale of that one. But like I said, I don't want to just keep comparing it because this season did bring a lot, and I like the finale where we got to see like what was to come, like with Nesco and all that.
Yeah,
So
that was probably the most important thing besides what happened with Tanjiro, because that's kickstarting everything for the next season.
yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I felt like they could have given that reveal a little bit more impactful because
yes,
of how important it was. Like we
yes,
knew that this was who, based off what Mizuki had said earlier on, we knew that that's what he was looking for,
Yeah, yeah,
and boom, she all of a sudden has it, and you're like, oh shit. And this is where
yeah,
the main arc begins
hmm
at this point. That's kind of what the sword arc's all about, kicking off two separate things. One, you've got Nezuko in the light, you know, that kicks off Mizuki's like hunt for her, you
yeah.
know,
So
and then
so spoilers, by the way.
yeah.
Spoilers if
Well,
you
I
haven't
mean,
watched it.
obviously, if you're watching this and you haven't watched it, I would be surprised because everybody should have been caught up on this shit. It's epic. Don't miss out.
Yeah.
But
So.
then's next part is actually Tanjiro's influence on other Hashiras.
Hmm.
yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
a
another
big
thing.
reveal.
That's another thing with that with this season. I just like I think the Hashira that we were mostly accustomed to, the mist dude or whatever, I just feel like it was so much motivated by like the remembrance of Tanjiro's innocence and all that stuff. And that's cool. That's great because I know he's going to influence everybody. He's an amazing character, blah, blah, blah. But I just feel like maybe last season I just got more like of the self motivation vibes from the characters. And granted, I know he had a backstory and stuff too, but I just didn't fully like care that much about his character. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
The
I,
Miss
I I know what you
Hashira.
mean. It's I think
Yeah.
you know what it is for me. I don't hate him as a Hashira, but he's definitely not one of my favorites because I don't feel that fire from him like I do from the rest
yeah,
of them. Like the rest
and
of
he's
them,
tough.
yeah, he's good. But the rest of them have something to them where they're like they're cocky in one way, or they're fired up, or
Yeah,
they're energetic, or I don't know. But like he didn't have,
They're
yeah,
definitive personalities for
yeah,
sure, and the
he
Miss
doesn't have
Hashira
that.
seems devoid of any ambition,
Hmm.
and I think that's probably what the big turnoff is with him. He seems like he's aimlessly floating through life,
hmm
and he's in a position of so much power and so much responsibility, and you're just like, and you're just floating through this shit. What the fuck is that? But you see him kind of like and this is why I liked him and why I liked this for him, because before then he was devoid of that, but by the end of it he realizes what his ambition was, what his driving force was, what his history was to that, and he finds that remembrance in Tanjiro being similar to his brother.
That's true.
yeah, yeah. Facts.
So
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead, Jasmine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I definitely agree about the finale, especially somebody who hasn't like I said, read everything and how it probably developed in the manga. I just feel like it was more instead of like maybe should have had like a couple episodes that kind of like tumbleweeded into how it went versus like I feel like it was just a thing that was like I said, for people who didn't know the story before they watched it, it's like okay, we just had to get something like a big shocker for the finale or a big thing for the finale versus like I don't know, like I feel like they definitely could have built into how impactful that is because now I'm like, damn, I can imagine how much this story is going to develop from here, you know. But I feel like they kind of just threw it in the last episode versus building up to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
absolutely.
what it was is originally, which is true, the village arc may have been just a little bit rushed, just a little bit. The
Yeah,
swordsmith, like the swordsmith village arc, is just a little bit. I was talking to, like when it was airing, I was talking to Cobalt, and I was like, remember Cobalt? I said I think they should. I wonder if they're going to do 24 episodes because I feel like they should.
But remember, like we were the third episode in, and they had already gotten to that midpoint. We're like, dude, they are getting to the meat of it
Yeah,
so quickly.
I did, and I feel like they did that because the village arc is considerably long, and there's a lot of info. I feel like they were trying to like squeeze it in because they're trying to get to the nitty gritty of what's happening after, because that is just that's probably even longer, to be real.
They also left out a part out of this one.
What part
Remember,
was
they
that?
have that whole history arc on the first Hashira that they
Yeah,
left out of this. That should have been in there this time,
I
but
feel
we
like they're
only
gonna.
got just the surface portion of the sword machine that was made after him.
Hi, Black.
You know,
Hi, Bunny, Black and White. How you doing? I'm gonna say Bunny. Hi, Bunny. That's a mouthful for me. I'm sorry. But how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the conversation. I understand what you're saying, Cobalt, and I agree. But I feel like they're going to do something different with that. If they're still going to do that info, I feel like they're going to turn it into like a zero episode or something, because those are really popular as of late. If you haven't noticed.
absolutely. Well, zero episodes end up being they're just basically the way that they played OVAs back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think they're going to do that. I
You don't
think they're
think?
going to use that for that mid. Well, remember, we only have what, two more, and then we're done.
Yeah, it's probably
And
no
that
more than
next
5 seasons.
season is kind of short. I feel like they can fit it in there
I
because there's a
feel
lot of fight in that next season, and they're not a lot. The substance is fairly limited.
yeah,
You know.
which is why I think if they didn't do 24 episodes this season, they should do 24 episodes next season, unless they're going to split it in half, which they could do the same thing that Bleach did when they split the final season in half.
Well, you've got. I mean, yeah, they're going to have two more. I don't think the next season's going to be the last season. I think they're going to roll through the next season, then the last season's going to be that final bit, with
Yeah.
like the first half possibly being the setup and the last half being the actual end battle. You know,
Yeah, so we'll see what
because
happens.
remember that end battle will absolutely take up at least 4 or 5 episodes.
Right. But back to season back
That could
to
easily be one season.
yeah, but back to season 3 itself, like what was some things that you guys took away from that season in general? I mean, we touched on a lot of different points, but like if I had to say takeaway, I'm like what really kept your attention or impacted on you from that season?
Mm. The finale. That was for me. I mean, also like the fight with I guess the little dude and the like multi demon thing.
Oh yeah.
But like, I like that was pretty cool. I guess, but definitely the end part, because yeah.
Yeah, man. Like if I had to choose something, I definitely thought like Tanjiro's growth during this arc was really cool. Not to mention getting like the Miss Hashira, got to see him in action. And I enjoyed his fight, but I think I enjoyed the Love Hashira's fight more. Though we didn't get to see her complete battle, and
You
then
right.
we didn't get to see her complete battle. But I enjoyed her fight more because like she out here
She
being
stood out more.
she out here being a whole gymnast with a long swinging blade. I'm that folds. I'm like, okay, she got it.
Yeah, she as a Hashira, I would argue that she was the star of this season. The Mist
Yeah,
Sister had its moments for sure, but I felt like she stood strong, real strong in this.
So is Nezuko just gonna be? She's gonna be talking now for the rest of this.
Well,
They're
that's
not giving nothing up.
Oh, okay. Well, my opinion, I think that from now on she's just gonna be talking.
yeah.
So,
Because the thing about Nezuko is now they're probably like she's been growing as a demon consistently.
yeah.
And and she was one of the few. She was like a demon that didn't talk, which the rest of them that we've met so far have been, vocal. You know what I mean? So
Ooh, that's gonna be crazy.
now that but that's showing growth in her powers, and not to mention now that she can walk. She's the first sun walker. She's the first day walker.
Yep.
And here's the thing: you didn't, because Muzan lost contact with her. I felt like he did. I thought he wasn't going to feel her presence, but he did anyway. He lost it. My man lost it.
I was calling him Mizuki.
Oh my god, you called him Mizuki. I didn't even register you said
You
that.
didn't correct me.
I didn't register you said
Why
that.
would you do this to me? This is sabotage.
I didn't register you called him Mizuki. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take this L. But it's your fault.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But
if I could pick apart, it would be the. It would actually be the puppet of the first, and his fights with that, and then the sword in there. Like, I felt like that was a real awesome part of it that got me really excited.
yeah, that was good. Because here's the thing: when you think about it, the puppet was created after Yorichi, the first breath user, and even then, the puppet isn't really showing all Yorichi could do in his prime.
No, in order to even contain the styles that he was able to grasp, he had to give it 9 freaking arms or something.
Yeah, he had to give it multiple arms because that's just how powerful and fast Yorichi was in his prime. Like, no one could touch him.
I mean, he was even a beast in his old age too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because he was.
I don't think they covered that though. I think that's next season.
They didn't, but like, let's be real. He was so powerful. Muzan still fears him, and the dude is dead. He's all gone. Like that's something.
It just reminds me of how shook Muzan was when he saw the earrings. Just walking through the market, he saw those earrings and just froze.
So, what did y'all think of the villagers and stuff? Like,
well, you really only get introduction to 3 or 4 of them, really.
Yeah. So for the most, wait, what did we talk about? I'm sorry, I just zoned out for a second.
I was saying just like the villagers and their whole like just even character design and.
Oh, it's funny. I love how all of them wear a goofy mask, yo. Like let's talk about the villagers right now because the villagers were entertaining as hell. Like,
yeah, for real.
Like, especially like the village leader. Yo, my man was funny. Like, he's short in stature. Why? Here's my question: why is almost every anime you got the old pervy hermit dude who's in some important role? Like in every anime, you got somebody similar to that role. It's like you can't have an anime like that without having someone similar. I'm like, okay, sure, but it is funny though.
That's one of the many troublesome tropes that Japan has in their anime, bro.
Like, if my man
the pervy old guy.
Yeah, as soon as the love Hashira saved him, my man acted like he was dying just to fill her up. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, high creep factor.
Yeah,
one day we're gonna have to do a binge on the most cringeworthy points of Japanese anime and like.
Oh, we did a binge and cringe on that. Oh, let's do that because that's gonna be funny.
Right? Oh God.
Oh, what? I missed that.
Do a binge or cringe on like the cringiest stuff in Japanese anime.
Oh, facts.
That would be entertaining. I would love to do that. I think we should do that.
Neon Genesis, all those kids were like 13, 14.
Bro, let's not even talk about it.
Hyper sexualized,
Half of the animes that are watched, half of these kids are not even high schoolers or teenagers. They're like middle schoolers. Well, you don't notice it at first until they say
bro.
it. Huh?
Pre-teens.
Exactly. That's the time you be like, okay, high school setting. Come to find out, oh, we're in 8th grade. Like, what? Y'all doing all this? What's wrong with this? But
yeah. And what's his name? Is this Muzan?
Yeah,
is that the main
name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seeing him is my favorite too, because I just feel like he's just a hard all around character. Like even just his design, how he looked, like I'm ready to see him so much more in the next arc. Like Muzan, if he's coming out and just don't send his demons out, because he could just do that too, because he been getting his gang on everybody really.
Muzan has been commanding the rest of them so that he can focus on how to he could focus and do research to find what he needs in order for him to be in the sun. But now he don't need it. Nezuko is the first daywalker, and all he has to do is get her and consume her.
Yeah.
If he consumes her, he'll have her abilities.
How about when he loses his shit in this one? That was an insane scene.
Oh yeah, when he transformed from the little boy and he killed everybody. I was like, yo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was one of my most memorable. Every time he's there in the episode, it makes it one of the most memorable moments to me.
Right, man. It's crazy. But even in the first episode when all the demons get the hopper moons get transported to his inner world. And they're all and they're all like, "Oh, we're here." It was like, "Oh, rank 4, 3, 5, blah 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 blah." And like, "Where's rank 1?" And rank 1 is just sitting there quietly the whole time. They didn't even notice his presence. He was like, "I'm here," and then all of a sudden, Muzan's on the opposite side of them on the ceiling, like inverted or whatever. And he is pissed. He is pissed. I've never seen Muzan so mad, yo. He was like, he basically said, "Why shouldn't I kill you all?"
Oh yeah.
My man was like, "Did y'all find the flower yet? Have y'all done anything worthwhile lately?" No.
Yeah, basically. Y'all weak as hell.
All you're doing is getting your ass kicked by low-level demon slayers. Not even Hashiras. One of you just got killed by a couple of kids. He came in there pissed.
Not even that. He was mad at Upper 3 because he let somebody who wasn't even a Hashira wound him. Like he let Tanjiro get him right in the chest with his sword.
What pisses me off is homeboy saw Tanjiro, was like 5 feet from Tanjiro, and shook in his boots in the market scene in the first season. So it's like, dude, you ain't got no room to talk.
That's
Your
true.
blood's running.
That is true.
They had the same response you did. Straight up fear.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, as soon as he saw them earrings, my man was like, shook. Jinx. But yeah, no, that was crazy, man. I'll be honest with you, Muzan is probably one of my favorite characters. And he's like,
same.
He's like a really good villain because he does what he has to do and doesn't care about if any of his subordinates live or die. Like, he'll kill them himself if he has to. Like, my man is literally like the epitome of what a true villain is, because it's all about him.
His final form is the most awesome. Like, I am so excited to see that fight.
Oh, come on, Kobo. Let's not keep going. Let's not keep going to the future, man.
I ain't mad at it.
But no,
I'm like,
I will say this though.
Tell us more.
I will say this, Jasmine. When you get to see him in action, because like the manga is like, it's not the same, because like when you see it animated, I feel like when we see it animated, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, but his final form is like, he's a beast. He's a complete monster.
I'm already knowing. It's like I want to ask things, but it just would lead to just too much spoiling. Like I want to spoil the whole series right now. I'm like, who gonna fight?
He's ready to binge it all.
I
respect that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, so everything I say is just theory anyway. But I'm like, who gonna do it? Is it gonna be Nezuko or Tanjiro? Because I know more gonna happen with Tanjiro got going on.
Oh, woo! But yeah, but like no, it was and like I said, I already felt like this wasn't going to be a long episode of Binge or Cringe, because like there was a lot that happened in the Swordsmith arc. But let's be real, it was more like we learned a little bit about the Hashiras, the 2 new Hashiras, which their story, which their backgrounds was important, but it wasn't as, I felt like it wasn't as impactful as some of the other backgrounds. Which
this
was the setup for the final arc.
Yeah, or the final arcs.
The final 2 arcs, which basically entail like everything that's been leading up to this point. His training, his tie to the first breath, Muzan's goals, all of that coalesced into this. It was short, but it absolutely has set the stage for for the end storyline, for the end game.
Yeah, and I feel like the biggest backstory we actually got, which was important for us to know, was about Muzan.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I was thinking. That's what I could tell too. Like this is the building block for real. But that's how I know the next season is gonna go so crazy.
Yeah, because I'm be honest with you, I completely forgot that Muzan and the leader of the Demon Slayers were from the same clan. I completely forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's
And when they
crazy.
said that, I
I
was
have a
like,
different
damn.
perspective of this. One of the big things in war is logistics. It's not the soldiers that matter as much as the support for the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And they call it tooth to nail. What like for every Humvee there with 4 troops in it, where are the 8 mechanics and operators that are keeping them both informed but well equipped with ammunition, with equipment, everything. So I felt like this season was also kind of dedicated to their support. Like, here we go to the
Hmm.
sword village, we see the dynamic of the village, we see the importance of the village, and we see how the lengths of which they went to both protect the village, but also the lengths they did put to hide the village, to protect it, like, from being found and shit.
Right.
And so in a way, you get that moment where we're not focused on the Hashiras, we're not focused on Tanjiro, but we're focused on the people that help win wars.
That's true.
That was kind of what I
That's so
enjoyed of
true.
that. You
That's
know,
really true. That is important. Definitely the support, and it's important to know the support story and their backstory too. Like,
Yeah, because they're the like they're the ones out there, risking it all for sure.
it was a good stage to which to set up that final push, because now we've got Tanjiro, he's got the mark. Somehow he's able to influence others, and they're gaining the mark.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
John now has a daywalker and a goal. The stage is set. We know where we're going from here. The question is, how is it going to go down, and how crazy is it going to get?
Yeah, and not to mention, what's the name of the demon who modified herself so she doesn't need as much blood? What's her name again? The doctor. I can't.
Yeah, the one who broke away from Muzan's
Yeah,
helping Tanjiro.
yeah. I can't remember her name right now.
Her name, but she's super important, and she had been using his sister's blood, Nezuko's blood, to reverse it.
Not even that, because she knew that she was eventually going to become a daywalker. She knew it. Because you remember they cut to her.
I suspect she did. The moment she ran into it, she realized, okay, here's someone who has an insane amount of Muzan's blood, and she's somehow maintaining part of her humanity, and so she knows that this one, if nothing else, is absolutely different. And so she starts taking that blood, and we find out in this one, even before we find out she's a daywalker, we find out that it's her blood that's changing the game just in general.
Yeah.
So we know there's more about her, and then that part, she'll play a bigger part in the next arc.
Not to mention, I was so proud of Nezuko. She was able to control her full form without trying to eat somebody.
Mm-hmm.
She was duking it out, like she was going in.
How was the anxiety levels you guys had as Tanjiro was chasing that final demon right when he was about to get those kids? You're like, is he gonna make it? Is it gonna make it?
Here's my thing. My anxiety wasn't even for him saving the kids. I knew he was going to save it. Even though I knew it was about to happen to Nezuko, my anxiety was him leaving her to die. Like, I was like...
Well, she did that little kick thing, like,
Yeah, she did kick him off. She made the choice for him.
I already knew. I was like, she not about to die.
Nah.
And he ain't about to die. So I know it's about to you know what I mean?
They dragged out a little bit, I felt.
They did.
That whole part, like, took 15 minutes. And it was really 5 seconds of actual event,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little drawn out. It could have been quicker. But I think they were just trying to, like, for those who don't No, they were trying to impact on those people's emotions about the whole
I
thing.
definitely think all the demon fights was kind of dragged. Even that one, because it was like, oh, he's actually not dead, and then it just had that whole moment. Like, just kill that John. Like,
I'll be honest with you. The beginning of the demon fights when they fought the split demon, the demon that splits, those were fucking epic.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
When we first started, but then I'm like, all right, now it's time to just get rid of them. Like, let's keep it moving.
no, I ain't gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed it, but like I was starting to get a little irritated of them chasing the little demon consistently.
Yes.
They was chasing him, but why was he so damn fast in that form? It was crazy. No, he was booking. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was feeling a little petty to me with him. I was like, come on, step on him and let's go. Like, let's do the next thing. Even though I know that it wasn't that easy, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He took off running. Like they did a good part animating how quick he was. That was fun. That was funny. I enjoyed.
He was.
That.
Yeah, that was. Like, my man was fast for someone that
You're
small.
like, you have no business moving that quick. What the hell?
But yeah, when they first showed the split of the demons, I was definitely like, oh yeah, this is hard.
Oh yeah, that battle was crazy because Tanjiro wasn't prepared, but then at the same time, like you starting to see that a lot of the upper moons have this symbiosis with each other. You know what I mean? Or can split off into multiple forms or whatever. Like their powers are just different and unique in so many different ways. The upper moons. Because even in
traditional techniques don't hurt the upper moons.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get hurt by the standard slices.
No, they don't.
It's only the first breath slices and the slices that are at that level that actually affect them. Like they insta heal just from normal blades if the normal blades can cut them at all.
This is true. This is very true. And then because we kind of see like you never know what to expect with the upper moons. The lower moons were like, okay, you just slice the head off and they're done. But the upper moons, like you never know what to expect. Especially like last season when Gyutaro and Daki. When Gyutaro came out of Daki's body, like you saw Tengen's face. Tengen was like, "What the?"
Tengen he keeps us guessing with the upper moons for sure.
I like that. I like that because like I like the fact that you're constantly on your seat with them. But what's up about that? But yeah, but like I'm gonna be honest with you, I did enjoy it. It's not that I thought it was bad or anything. I did not think that at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will say that I still think season 2 probably tops it for sure.
Yes.
Season 2 had a lot more going on, though. You know, I feel like this one's sort of like the appetizer for the main meal, whereas the second season was straight up lunchtime.
I call this season the bridge. I call this season the bridge to the gap.
Yeah.
Because like we already know we're about to get hit with some heavy stuff in the next season, just based off the ending alone. Like Muzan's ready to go to war. That's all we know. Like. That's all you need to know, even if you haven't read the manga. Like the fact that he started acting like that, and you already look. As soon as he's gonna round all the upper moons up again, and he's gonna go to war. That's all. That's what he wants to do. So, you guys got anything else you want to say about this season?
Well.
No, I think we got into all of it. Well, for a while I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think we did too. I think we touched on a lot. Like I said, it, and I feel like you guys agree. It was literally like, and I won't call it a filler season. It's definitely not that because there was a lot of information.
It's a bridge.
It's a bridge. It's definitely a bridge. It's definitely a bridge connecting season 2 to season 4. So,
while not the strongest season, it
was information.
It does not bombard us with fillers to fill space. It gets to the nitty gritty. We get everything we need to be prepared for the next saga that Tanjiro will face.
Right.
There was character development. There were introductions that we needed, and and there was story that we needed, and they gave it to us. They could have done the same thing they did with the train arc, where it was short and they just gave us an epic movie.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they gave us a season that, while short, it was a good season.
All right.
Agreed.
So I will say it's probably not. It's definitely a watch. I wouldn't call it a binge. This one. It's a watch.
I argue different. I call it a binge solely because it's part of a greater story.
Well, no, if we're talking about the encompass of I'm talking about the season itself. If we're talking about the encompass of everything, which we'll get to once Demon Slayer is done, I feel like we could most likely 9 out of 10 say it's a binge. But if I'm talking about the season itself, it's definitely a must watch. But I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say that everybody I know who watches Demon Slayer would binge it all the way through. You know what I mean? They would probably be like, watch it, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. Some people might even. I know some people who might even skip. No, certain stuff.
The indictment. No, I apologize for my boy here. He's out of pocket. I don't know what's going on.
I'm playing. But yeah. So that's just my opinion, though. But
but I definitely agree. I think
agree?
It's a watch, because even like the last season, I was like anxiously waiting for every week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
This one I was like, yeah, like it's cool. I already it wasn't as exciting to me as the last season. Right. But like we said, it's just important to get it because you're gonna have that type of like bridge.
Yeah.
So I think
next even Eferi agrees. Eferi agrees it's a watch. It's a watch. I'm sorry, Kobo.
It's a watch. It's a chill watch, and then next season is probably gonna be the crazy.
Oh no, next season probably most definitely
waiting every week.
Yeah, I can't wait for next season. To be, she gonna say yeah. Fairy gonna say, but yeah. So the good episode, guys. Jasmine, thank you for joining us. I know it was a little last minute.
Yes, no, it's cool. I was about to say, we still got to do my episode.
Yes, let me know. Let me know. I'm ready.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Okay, let me know. We can schedule it. So me and Cole could be ready for you.
Okay, bet.
What we got?
Remember we were going to do the spinoff, The Godfather and the Vet, but we was going to do with a topic she chose.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
I'm waiting for her to decide. She's still deciding.
Yeah.
Right,
no, I'll think of something. I'm probably gonna text you tonight. I'll think of like 3 different ones, and then we can decide on there.
All right, sounds good. But yeah, so good stuff all around. So I think we've come to the conclusion that definitely watch season 3. You need to watch it because there's a lot of info you need to pick up on, so you don't miss out on what's going to happen in season 4, because it's definitely important. Other than that, just watch Demon Slayer. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer at all, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like,
do you even like anime? That's the question you
really
ask. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer, you just clearly don't like anime.
Right.
Seriously.
So, but before we get out of here, I'm going to talk about what we're going to be doing coming up for the next episodes. Jasmine, if you can be there with us, that'd be awesome.
Of course.
So we're going to be. So I kind of have an idea for the next 2, and then the third one is I'm fighting between 2 decisions. So the next 2, I want to do part 2 of season 2 of Record of Ragnarok, or do season 2. I don't think we did season 1. I want to do Record of Ragnarok season 2, and I want to do, what was the other one? Crap, am I forgetting that? Oh, I finally want to do My Hero. My Hero Academia.
I'm 100% down for that. Like, the last movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, so I definitely want to do everything we've done, everything for My Hero Academia up to this point. And then the third one is a tie. What I'm still deciding to finally go ahead and do One Piece or Fairy Tail.
Oh, cool. An episode I can skip.
Yeah, episode you can skip, Kobo. or should I just bring you in anyway so you could talk smack and we can just beat you down? So,
Oh God, you guys would never have a chance. I'd come in swinging.
nah, man, you wouldn't survive a One Piece battle because you know who I'm bringing with for One Piece. I'm bringing a crap load of One Piece fans in that one.
That's cool. That's cool. I
So
know a lot of children, so it's
yeah.
fine.
Oh wow. But with that being said, so we probably won't do those this upcoming week. Those will be after the 31st because I'll be away at in Texas at DreamCon. So
Hey.
yeah, I'm going to DreamCon. First time going, so I'm excited. A little nervous, but excited. And after
yeah.
that, when I get back, I'm thinking starting August 2nd, we'll start working on the next few episodes. So keep the calendars clear for August 2nd on. I'll be posting about when we'll be doing which ones on which dates. So, but that's really it, guys. Thanks again for joining us. Follow Cobalt and Jasmine both on their social medias. You can follow Jasmine on Instagram at what, Jasmine?
Trailer trash, trailer with an O.
Yeah, I've been seeing you out here putting these outfits together. I'm like, okay, she out here stunting.
You know, trying my best. So like,
I was like, she out here stunting. Did you go see the Barbie movie, or you just put outfits together for it?
yes, no, I went and saw it last night.
Oh, okay,
And it
how
was
was
epic.
it? Oh,
It
it was
was
good.
epic. I was very surprised that. I mean, I'm not surprised that it had a storyline because, of course, it got something. But I just didn't know what to expect, and it was actually a pretty good storyline.
Okay. Then I might have to just go and see it. I wasn't too
Yeah, go see
sure.
that joint. I
That's
was gonna
good to
see it
hear. My
regardless.
sister loved that shit growing up, so I'm curious to see what she thinks of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go see it regardless, just because of all the girly energy surrounding it. I'm just like
No,
inject that in my
I'll be
veins.
honest with you. I was thoroughly intrigued when I watched the trailer, and I was like, "This looks interesting for just the simple fact that like there's a lot going on, and like you know what I
Yes,
mean."
the budget was crazy.
So I was like, I was like, I gotta go. I try to see it. I can't.
Yes, go see it.
So I'm gonna go see it then. But yeah, so other than that, like you can also follow Cobalt on his social media. More specifically, I think your Instagram, right, Cobalt?
I could just head to my website,
Oh yeah,
cobalt7.com with a K.
oh yeah, Cobalt does. Cobalt has a website where he has a lot of different apparel and stuff that he sells. So,
Art, apparel, animation. It's basically an online portfolio. You don't
Yeah.
need to go, but if you'd like to see my art, feel free.
yeah. I still need you to finish that commission I got that you're doing for me.
Oh yeah, I gotta get on. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, you
I've
good, man.
been-
You got a lot going on right now, so it's all good. But
You know my shit.
yeah.
You know what's up.
But without further ado, let's get out of here, guys. Thanks again for joining us. Everybody who joined us in the chat, Bunny, E Fairy, thank you guys. If you guys don't know, E Fairy was with us on Friday when we did Hell's Paradise. So
I didn't never see the chat.
you didn't see the what?
I didn't see it. I didn't see the chat at all.
On my YouTube, it's not up.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm looking at the chat on here on Discord. Okay.
Yeah, no. So but yeah, so she's in the chat. She joined us on Friday, and she's gonna join us for future stuff because she had a good time. Which I'm glad that most people who come in usually have a good time. So,
Hey.
but yeah, so we gonna get out of here. Yeah, but we're gonna end the stream now. Like I said, thanks again. Follow both Jasmine and Cobalt, or check out their stuff. Jasmine also does artwork and everything like that, so definitely check out her stuff as well. But as always, I'm your boy Ideal Tone, and I just made that known. Later.
Bye.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm just gonna put this